Hey, this is Garrett McAllister from SkyVac and Clean Direct located in Sanford, North Carolina. Today we're going to be going through the SkyVac 85. Now this is a 3-motor vacuum system for cleaning gutters, designed for professionals. It is electrically powered, so they have 3 electrical motors here in the vac head. Typically, an operator will use a generator to power this. This is a 240 volt 30 amp system, so it would require a generator with a minimum of 6,500 peak watts. We typically recommend a little extra, so maybe around 7,000 peak watts in order to power this. The vac head and the cart and the drum are the full assembly, and the kit comes with all of those plus 8 carbon fiber elite vacuum poles. 1 of those is a vac release pole, and 7 of them are the regular elite poles. A carry bag. It also comes now with the new hose bag and a wire reinforced hose, which we'll show you later on. The system comes with a 1-year warranty. It is free from manufacturer's defects, and it is a very light and extremely well-made machine. The cart is extremely mobile. In fact, I would say that this is the best mobile cart on the market, in my opinion. It's very durable, it's lightweight, it is made from metal, and it's very easy to use. The front here has 2 locking casters, so I get in the habit of just pressing this down to lock it, to keep this from getting away from you, especially if you're working on a hill or on the side of a building where you might knock it over for some reason. It is sturdy, so it doesn't tilt over easily, but I guess if you forced it hard enough, it could. And on the back here, we have some rubberized wheels. These wheels are really nice because you can just pop it up onto its back 2 wheels and pull this thing. Gosh, I've pulled it over all kinds of terrain, very easily moved and very mobile. So I really love that about the SkyVac 85. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 main components here on the body of the vacuum, and we'll actually break it down so you can see that it's very easy to pack into your vehicle, whether you have a truck or even a SUV or a van. Very easy to move. 1 person can handle it without any problems, and I'll show you how we do that. The system weighs about 80 pounds roughly, and the vac head here has a resting piece for the cable when it's wound up. Of course, I'm going to drop this to the ground, and we can unsnap 3 latches around the base of the vac head, and I can easily just tilt this off, and we'll go over this in a second. I'd like to show you the drum. The drum here has, as you can see inside, has a Sieve Basket. This is our new and improved model where we have a Sieve Basket and a drain hose here at the base so that you can drain water. Water weighs approximately 8 pounds per gallon. So if you are sucking up a lot of water on your gutter clean job, this makes it very easily to drain that water out without any strain. But I'm going to show you now how this drum actually pops off of the cart or chassis. If you look around here, there are 2 red clamps, and we're simply just going to pop these up, and now I can gently take this off the cart and set this easily to the ground. So that gives us 3 separate components, which makes it very easy to move it. So we do now have just the cart by itself, and as I said, it's a very sturdy cart, and it is 1 solid full cart, and we can either tilt the drum to empty it, or we can take it off the chassis. So now I'll show you how we tilt it. So if I want to, pop this back on. Here, snap this down. And imagine the vac head here on top. I can very easily tilt the drum like this to empty it. So here we have a 2 red knob clamp that fixes the drum to the chassis, to the cart. And this particular these knobs are designed to, this piece is designed to break in case this system gets away from you. So let's say that you put it in the back of your truck or your van and you forget to strap it down. So you take off and all of a sudden it runs all the way across the back of your truck and a lot of momentum hits this and jars it really, really heavy. These pieces, these plastic pieces would actually break. That would save your cart from being damaged. So we keep all these in stock. In fact, all parts are kept in stock and easily ordered from us. We offer overnight and ground shipping. So if you find yourself in a pickle, we can ship something to you. We keep all those parts here in stock in North Carolina. And so if this breaks away, it's 2-4 screws on the back and it's replaced. Very simple. In fact, a lot of the parts here are very easy to replace if something goes awry and breaks. So here we have the vac head. I've turned it upside down and just rested it in the drum so you can see the underside. So what we have here is a filter and a filter tree and a shield to protect your filter. So as debris is coming into the drum, you'll notice around here that we have a cyclonic input port made of metal, by the way. So it's very, very sturdy, so that the airflow and the debris comes into the drum and has a cyclone effect, which gives it extra CFM or airflow, as well as water lift. So the air is going to flow very nicely and it's going to create really heavy lifting power. So we have that, and this shield sits down into the drum and blocks that debris from prematurely fouling the filter. Now, if I want to remove the filter, it's very simple, a little hand twist knob, and I can bring the filter out. This filter will last you a really long time as long as you take care of it and keep it clean. We do recommend cleaning this, depends on the debris that you're cleaning, but we recommend cleaning this on a regular basis. As you get into the field, you'll get a feel for how long you can go before you have to clean it. It is a wet-dry filter. You can spray it off, you can blow it out with the air hose, whatever you like. The system does come with one, but we do recommend that you have an additional 1 or 2 on hand, so that when you have those really nasty jobs that you're having to do, that you can swap these out really easy and maybe just clean them all thoroughly at the end of the day, just to save you some time. This filter tree, if you see here as you get closer, you'll see down inside here there is a float valve. So what that does is it protects your motors from getting unwanted water, as in case you fill the drum and you're sucking up a lot of water and you let this overfill for some reason. This would protect the motors from getting water in them and burning out. Then with the filter, all I do is pop it right on here, align the bottom piece and tighten it on, and now our filter is back on. So it's really easy to take on and off. Now I'm gonna show you something here. The buttons on the motor will always face towards the handle. That's really the only thing you really need to remember there. And the reason we do that is so that the shield is aligned to the input of the port here. We do have a resting space for the cord when it's not in use. And I'm going to snap these 3 metal snaps back on and secure the head back onto the drum and the cart. Now here is what we call a power mix valve. Now what this is it has a light or fastest cleaning debris setting, and it has a heavy setting here. Now we recommend that you run it on the light debris setting or the the fast airflow setting regularly. And then when you want to suck something up that's really heavy, maybe you're grabbing something out of the gutter that's heavy, you're pulling a tree out, you're grabbing hold of a basketball, I don't know, whatever you're grabbing up there, this would allow you switch it to this heavy setting. It gives it more gripping power. Maybe it's a long tuft of grass, and you can pull that out and drop it to the ground. Okay, so here you'll see that we have 3 buttons that power 3 independently powered motors. So what we recommend, instead of hitting all of them at the same time and overtaxing the motors all at once, we recommend that you hit the white button first and then one of the red buttons next and then the other one. That way it gradually turns it on. You don't have to delay. It can simply just be like this. 1, 2, 3, and then they'll all power on. Also, you'll see that we have the power cord This cord is approximately 20 feet in length. We do support you under warranty for up to 100 feet of additional power cord. We just recommend that that cord be a thick 10 gauge cord or more so that we don't deprive these motors of the power that they need. Whenever you run a drop cord or extension cord a certain distance, it degrades the power from point A to point B, and if it's wrapped up like this, it can degrade the power. We just don't want to starve those motors of the power that they need in order to operate functionally. Now, if you were to run a longer drop cord, it would work, but we feel like once you get to a certain distance, eventually you'll start to deprive these motors, and they will shorten out, and it'll shorten the life of your vac head. So what we have here is the carbon fiber vac release pole. Now, this is a special pole. It has a vac release mechanism built into the stem where it allows me to twist very easily and break the vacuum stream. That way, up at the top wherever I'm cleaning, I can stop the vacuum power without having to cut the vacuum off and on. It works great, especially if I'm trying to clear a clog or if I'm grabbing hold of something heavy and I want to drop it to the ground. This is a great tool. I've used it many times, and it's really valuable because it helps me to speed up my cleaning jobs. This will be your base pole and the pole that you hold all the time, and then you'll receive an additional 7 elite poles without the vac stem, and those will be in your kit. So it's a total of 8 poles. One's a vac release, and 7 of them are elite. They're very, very light, and this is a very high quality carbon fiber. And these clamp systems up here that clamp on prevent the poles from coming apart. On top of that, it provides extra rigidity with having this clamp, so if I go up really high, the poles aren't as bendy. Gives it more rigidity at higher heights. These clamp systems are adjustable, just a thumb screw here, and if you break those or wear it out, you can replace them very easily. Okay, so what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to show you how these fit together. It's super simple. The logo and the blue clamp always goes to the top, just remember that. This is my base pole, and this is an elite pole, and we're just going to slide them in. And there's a little ridge here, so you don't want to go past that ridge. And then I'm going to just clamp it together, and we're done. So if I'm building these up to, let's say, a 30-foot reach, I would start with the top pole first, and I would put my tool holder and the tool that I'm going to use into my top pole, and then I would go ahead and build them up, and then I rest that or hook that into the gutter. It's super light, so it's not going to hurt anything, while I'm then affixing this to the hose that is connected to the vacuum, and we'll show you that next. So what you see here is our new wire reinforced hose. So this hose is super light compared to a traditional hose. It's also reinforced with a wire that runs through it, which prevents it from kinking, which I really love. And also it gives it just really good rigidity and gives it, makes it very durable. Now you don't want to step on this or compress these wires because you can bend them if you put enough pressure on them. And also, these, because they're so light, I really like the fact that I don't have that extra weight as I'm, pulling this hose and working with it around the structure that I'm cleaning. Now, the system comes with one hose. It's approximately 25 feet for the SkyVac 85. You can purchase an additional hose if you like, and we also sell a hose-to-hose connector where you can stretch an even longer distance. Maybe you can't, for some reason, you can't get your machine close to the point where you're cleaning. Maybe you just prefer to move the machine less and move the hose more as you're working around the structure. That's fine. But just keep in mind that this is kind of the optimal, this 25-foot range is kind of the optimal distance for a hose, especially when you're putting together upwards of 8 poles to reach 40 feet high. So the more you add on, the greater distance it becomes, the less suction you're going to get. So you can kind of manage that and just decide. If you're doing a first-time cleaning where the debris is really heavy, you may not opt for an additional hose. But maybe it's a maintenance clean and it's not that full. You might want to, and you want to move the machine less, you might pop on that second hose and clean using more distance, so you don't have to move the machine as much. you can gauge, but it does, the system comes with one. You can purchase an additional one and a hose-to-hose connector if you want. Now, it comes with two connectors. The first connector here is the hose to drum cuff, and it simply does this. You take it and you snap it in to the system. And when you're ready to detach it, you push that button down and detach. It is really that easy. This is made from metal and is very durable. This import is made from metal with a rubber kind of grommet or protector behind it, and this is designed to really hold up under stress. Some vacuums I've seen, whether they be a center mount, which is no good for gutter cleaning, or a side mount for possibly gutter cleaning, they're in plastic, and plastic doesn't hold up. So you really need a metal alloy, a really strong connector there. Something to look for when you're determining your system purchase. Okay, what we have here is the hose to pole cuff, and it's a pliable type cuff that will simply slip on to the end of your vac release pole, and now you're ready to clean. When these cuffs come new, they're a little tighter than normal. After you use it for a little bit, it'll loosen up a tiny bit, so it's easier to get on and off. Okay, so the SkyVac 85 kit comes with a pole case, carry bag. So it has a shoulder strap, and it also has a handle, and this will hold your poles, and also the side zip pockets can hold all your tools. Very good bag, nice to have. Prevents you from losing all your accessories and poles if you're on a job. This is a great way to keep them all nice and secure. Inside the drum, we have a Sieve Basket. This is designed for environments that have a lot of water, and this Sieve Basket simply rests inside the drum and can be easily taken in and out. The debris with a lot of water, so we have really wet debris, will come through this, and this will separate the water from the debris. So when you go to empty the drum, you can use the drain hose down here at the bottom, and it'll keep the debris from clogging the drain hose at the base of the drum. So let's talk about the tool holder and the accessories that come with the SkyVac 85. So for starters, each SkyVac 85 kit has a 135-degree carbon fiber tool holder. This is our third or fourth iteration of this design. It's super light. It works better than silicone, which you see here, because it has a slicker inside surface, and this particular model has a fat, or we call rigid neck, and that reduces the amount of bend for the airflow, so debris is less likely to get clogged in the bin when you're cleaning. This is a great design. It's a huge improvement over our last 2 or 3 styles, and this really is a game changer for the market. You'll notice here also that it is in the Elite style with the clamp system, so we can clamp on tools. Your kit is going to come with these tools here, these, and this is an additional blower tool, and I'll talk about that in a second. But these are the tools. So you have a daily plastic end tool. This is my favorite. I use it all the time. And you just pop it in. It's super easy to use. It does come to a point so that if you do a little dirt breaking or breaking up the debris so the vacuum can suck up and do its job, that's what that's for. Then we have the second one, which is a long metal tool. This gets down into we call it a long end tool. It gets down into the downspout, down to where the elbow is, where a lot of clogging can happen. You're not going to use it all the time. You're just going to use it there on the ends when you're cleaning the downspouts. This is a dual tool. It has 2 ends. One is scalloped and one is pointed. This is for dirt breaking, and this is a scalloped tool for certain types of debris. These different styles can perform differently. And then you have a reducer tool. This has a reduced tip to increase the suction at the end. And then we have a crevice tool. This crevice tool is designed to fit down into gutters that have shingles that have been installed blocking the gutter. And we see that quite a lot around here. So they've installed the shingles and they're partially obstructing access to the gutter. So this flat end allows us to get down in there and clean. And that's the Crevice tool. So here we have what's called the blower tool. Now you might ask, well, Garrett, why are you showing this? Because the 85 does not have a blow feature. It's a fantastic machine. It does a lot of cleaning. We have them all over the world, but it does not have a blower feature, meaning that we cannot reverse the airflow and act as a blowing tool to like blow down debris. If you are interested in the blowing functionality, you have two options. One is you can take a tool like this and our poles and attach it to a separate blower, maybe a ground blower or a backpack blower. We've had many people do that. Or you could upgrade to the Interceptor. The Interceptor does have a blow feature, and it is gas powered, and you can learn more about this by going to the Interceptor product page, where we also have a video talking about the blower tool and how we use that with the Interceptor. Hi, the SkyVac Industrial 85 Elite Wet and Dry Vacuum has been specifically designed to clear even the most stubbornly blocked gutters. It features 3 industrial strength 1,000 watt motors and combines high airflow with exceptional water lift. The unique patented power mix system reconfigures the power supply from parallel to series to drive unparalleled water lift up to 150 inches. So when you're working with the light debris, you switch it to the light debris setting. When you want to go for a heavy debris, you switch it to the heavy debris setting. The 16-gallon drum can hold quite a bit of debris, and it's actually a 20-gallon drum, but holds about 16 gallons. And the filter is protected by a curved steel deflector plate, which lines up with the cyclonic vac entry port and helps guide debris around the drum. The drum is really easy to empty, thanks to an evenly balanced tipping chassis with locking casters. You just simply unclip it and remove the motor head, place it on the ground, thanks to like a steel footing on the filter protector plate, and tip out the drum contents. So it's very easy. Additionally, you can detach the drum and lift it from the cart and empty it that way too. There are lots of key features for the SkyVac 85. You have the electrically powered motors, you have a light debris and heavy debris setting, you have a side entry port, a stainless steel canister for easy dumping, you have a washable HEPA style wet and dry cartridge filter, and then locking front casters, a great cart, very mobile, very solid. And it comes with a wire reinforced suction hose for durability and to lighten the load on the operator. It also comes with an anti-clog rigid neck hairpin tool, that's the tool holder, which improves productivity and reduces the amount of clogging for the system. The filter is very durable. It can be washed, it can be blown out with an air hose, but it does need to be used at all times, and it should also be kept clean. The dirtier it gets, the more those holes get clogged, the less suction you're going to have, and it's going to suffer the performance of your machine. Let's talk about shipping the system. The system will be wrapped, strapped, and palletized, and will go on a large truck to your facility directly from ours, here located in Sanford, North Carolina. We work with several carriers and we have direct relationships with them, so that we're going to ship it directly to you, and they're normally going to supply a lift gate. Although if a lift gate isn't supplied, there's some areas that just don't have access to lift gate, then it's very easily taken out of the box and broken apart to bring down to the ground. So there's no concerns there. They will not bring that into your house. They will deliver it to curbside. So someone's going to need to be there to sign for it and to receive the shipment. So what does your SkyVac 85 kit include? It's going to include the vacuum with the vac head, the canister and drum, and the cart. It's going to include 8 elite carbon fiber poles. 7 of them are the standard style, and 1 is the vac release style, which allows you to twist the vac release in the stem to eliminate the suction up at the top. The hose is going to be a wire reinforced hose. It's very light, and it is a flexi style hose that is designed to be used without kinking. It comes with 1 HEPA style filter, that's the head filter. We do typically recommend that you get an additional one for backup. It's going to include The 135-degree hairpin tool, that's the tool holder at the top. It's going to include the drum to hose cuff, the hose to pole cuff. It's also going to include the daily end tool, that's the plastic one, a metal long reach tool, a metal daily dirt breaker tool on one end, and a scallop tool on the other. We call that the dual tool. And also it's going to include a reducer tool and a crevice tool and a carry bag for your poles and your tools. This system also includes a carry bag, which is very new for us, for the hose. Okay, so let's talk about the specifications for a bit. It has a 3-motor system. It's electrically powered, and it has a motor voltage of 220 to 240 volts running at 30 amps. The plug is a standard NEMA L14 4-prong twist lock. So if you're going to be using it with a generator, you're going to make sure that it does have a 4-prong twist lock access. There are 2 settings with the power mix valve. There is a light debris setting and a heavy debris setting. On the light debris setting, which is a higher airflow, you get about 353 CFM or 10,000 LPM and has about 95-inch water lift. On the heavy debris setting, you're going to reduce the CFM down to about 303 CFM or 8,600 LPM, but you're going to get about 150-inch water lift. So that's going to give you that really great lifting power if you're going to be pulling something heavy out of the gutter. The noise is at 72 decibels for the machine. Now, remember, you will have a generator that does make some noise as well, but the machine itself is 72 decibels. What a lot of our providers or service providers have discovered is that if they do have a generator running, that it does grab some attention from the neighborhood, and people will look over and see what's going on. So it can be seen as a possible attention grabber for a potential client. And that just depends. Then that decibel reading just depends on the size of the generator and what you purchase. The dimensions of the system are a canister that is about a 20-gallon canister, but holds its effective capacity to about 16 gallons or 60 liters. And the dimensions are 42.5 inches, 108 centimeters in height. The length is 24 inches, 60 centimeters, and the weight is approximately 80 pounds or 36 kilograms. The hose length is approximately 25 feet, and it is the wire reinforced hose. Now it's time to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we get asked about all the time. So first off, does the SkyVac 85 have a blow feature? And the answer is no. If you're needing a blow feature, you either have to downgrade to the Sonic Atom or upgrade to the Interceptor. The 85 and the way that it's designed does not offer a blow feature. Now you can take the poles and adapt that to a ground blower or possibly a backpack blower and still have some blow feature if you want to do it. Just depends on what your needs are and what your budget is. What is the warranty on the SkyVac systems? Well, we offer a 1-year warranty on all of our products from the time you receive it. The thing is that it covers manufacturer's defects. It does not cover operator error. So we kind of go by the slogan, if we break it, we pay for it. If you break it, you pay for it. But the system holds up really well. It is designed to be easily replaced with parts if you break something in the field. And we actually try to work with any type of emergency. Let's say if someone breaks something and they're in the field, we jump those orders up in our queue to get them out to you as quickly as possible, even in the busy season. So how do you reach us? So this is a question, very easy. You can go to our website. You can click on the Contact Us button that's at the very top of all of our websites. You can call us at 844-759-8227. Or you can visit our showroom. We're open from Monday to Friday from 9 to 6. We do prefer you to call ahead and let us know you're coming or set an appointment. And you can come visit us at our showroom in Sanford, North Carolina. We also offer training days. And training days are about once a month. And we do charge for our SkyVac customers. They get free training days at any time they want to come, as long as there's a seat available. For new customers, we charge a $50 fee. That's really just to secure a seat, and we give that money back to you if you decide to purchase something during the day or after you attend the training day. We just want to make sure that you want to be here, and we secure a seat for you with that small fee. The next question that I get a lot of is, how much does a SkyVac cost? Well, we have different price points for each SkyVac based upon its capability and what your budget is and what you're needing. So we have 4 products in our gutter cleaning line. We have the SkyVac Mighty Atom, the SkyVac Sonic, the SkyVac 85, and the SkyVac Interceptor, and they're all priced differently. The SkyVac 85 is typically around $3,400 to $3,500, and then you have to add in some shipping and possibly some extra tools. On average, I'd say somewhere between $400 and $4,500 is the typical purchase. If you want a camera, that's going to be a little additional. But I would budget somewhere between $4,000 and $5,500, and you could always come pick it up from us if you wanted to save some shipping costs, or we can ship it to you. So how do I compare the various systems? So if you go to any of our websites, you'll see a comparison link. Sometimes it's at the top, sometimes it's at the bottom of the website, which says compare SkyVac systems or compare our systems. This is actually a grid table style comparison with all the specifications, so you can compare them apples to apples to see which one suits your needs. So that's available on all of our websites. Also, we get asked a lot, is financing available? Yes, we do have some relationships with a couple finance partners. We work with Time Payment. We work with Click Lease on the traditional business equipment financing end. And then we also work with Shop Pay and with PayPal for installment plans. So maybe you don't want to do a lease. Maybe you just want to split your payment into some installments. They do have some attractive options for you if you would like to go that way. Let us know. We can help you and help guide you through that process. We also have a link which says apply for a lease on all of our websites that you can do that as well. If you'd like to see a demonstration of the SkyVac, unfortunately we don't come to you. We serve the whole continent, so it's impossible physically for us to get to everyone. However, you can come to our location in North Carolina. We do have one of the largest showrooms for this type of equipment, I think in the whole country, if not the world. And we have all kinds of equipment here in the specialty cleaning space. And we have all of our SkyVacs laid out so you can see them. And we'll be happy to go over them with them in detail, or you can do a demonstration, in our demo room. So one of the most commonly asked questions is, what is the power requirements for the SkyVac 85? So the SkyVac 85 is a 220, 240 volt system. It runs at 30 amps, and it has a 4-prong twist lock, so it's going to plug right into a generator. Some generators, some of the older ones, don't have 4-prong, so if you want to run on an older generator, we can make that happen. We can get you a different plug, or you can put a different plug on. It's only using 3 wires of the 4, but we fit it with the 4-prong because we want to make sure that it syncs up with the newer generators that are out there. The system has 3 motors, and they're independently powered. They do require quite a bit of electricity. So your generator needs to be a very minimum of 6,500 peak or starting watts. And we do recommend a little extra. It does tend to help. So maybe a 7,000 or 7,500 series generator would be just fine. There are budget generators on the market that are very, very well priced. And then there's really, really expensive ones. You can decide on what you like. We've used every style, and they all seem to work fine as long as they have those minimum requirements. So do the SkyVac carbon fiber poles, the vac poles, do they conduct electricity? Yes. Carbon fiber does conduct electricity. Users must be careful when using these around power lines and should not operate them during electrical or lightning storms. Are marketing materials provided? When you purchase a system, you get a link to our website that allows you to access marketing materials that you can download and use. We are also available as a consultant to discuss with you, especially if you're a startup business and you need some guidance. You can come to our training day, but we'll be happy to help guide you through some of the commonly asked questions and ways to get started into this business. We've been doing this for 9 years. We've helped so many people get into this business, so we'd love to help you as well. This is an incredible business. It can be very profitable. By no means is it saturated. There are all kinds of opportunities in the marketplace, and we'd we'd be happy to help you, guide you through that process. So you might ask, well, how much can I make cleaning gutters? I think that's really entirely up to you. Pricing, we get asked a lot about, like how do I price the gutters? Most pricing is done by flat rate or by linear foot, although the customers don't typically relate to the linear foot pricing schematic. So we typically say a flat rate and then maybe some add-ons for special circumstances. We see pricing at kind of at the very bottom, around $150 per job, and then that can go on up to $500-$600 even for a residential house, and apartment buildings and other types of structures can be much more. Really just depends on the difficulty of the job, how quickly the customer needs it done, and are they on a regular maintenance plan, or is this a one-time clean, things like that. Something you should be aware of is that we also offer equipment for gutter brightening and window cleaning, gum removal, high dusting, many other types of specialty cleaning. And with the gutter cleaning world, we see a lot of potential and opportunity in upselling to gutter brightening services and also window cleaning services. Those fit very well together. There's also pressure washing and soft wash, and then on the inside, there's a high dusting, which is a similar activity but indoors instead of outdoors for usually larger corporate clients, sometimes restaurants and churches and retail and stuff like that. So there's lots of opportunity, and even if you're in a seasonal area where it's cold part of the year, we do have a lot of customers that switch from the gutter cleaning, window cleaning kind of side, and then during the cold months, they'll do high dusting and maybe even gum removal or something like that. So you may have some more questions that we didn't cover here today, and we'll be happy to answer those questions. You can send us an email, go to our website, hit the Contact Us button, or call us. We'll be happy to discuss this in detail. It's not uncommon for us to spend an hour or two on the phone with someone, really going through all the details, and we'll be happy to do that. If you'd like to have an in-person type meeting, we have training days, or you can schedule a one-on-one with us here in our North Carolina facility. But I want to thank you for going through this sales demonstration, this product demonstration, seeing what the SkyVac 85 system is all about. And please feel free to inquire. Let us know if we could send you a quote. Let us know if we can help answering your questions. And we look forward to meeting you and discussing this wonderful world of specialty cleaning. Thank you.